Good evening and welcome to St. Louis Community College here at Flores Valley. My name is Harold Wallace III and I serve as the District Manager of Programs of Excellence at St. Louis Community College, and it's a pleasure to welcome you all to our event tonight. This is our 2026 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Celebration, Mentoring the Dream, Leading with Light and Love. Thank you all for taking the time to gather us on this very cold evening. As a reminder, if you do take photos in the theater this evening, we want you to turn that flash off for us so it doesn't disrupt our speakers. Before we begin, I would like to ask any of our campus leadership, college leadership team members, board members, or elected officials here with us today to stand and be recognized. Thank you very much, leadership, for joining us today. Also, thank you to the many people who joined us over the past months to shout out your own beloved mentors. You may have noticed the beautiful display of hearts hanging out in our theater lobby. On each heart is the name of a mentor who has significantly impacted the life of one of our students or our colleagues here at St. Louis Community College. Thank you to Professor Carol Nixon for this special display and the reminder to thank those who lead us toward better and brighter futures. We at St. Louis Community College are very proud to partner with North County Churches Uniting for Racial Harmony and Justice. Tonight, we begin with the recognition where this partnership began now decades ago with Florissant Valley Presbyterian Church. Pastor Linda McConaughey, would you please make your way to the podium? A timeless and beloved member of North County, Dr. Rance Thomas First had the vision for the program. We are thrilled tonight to be celebrating our 25th anniversary in his vision. It is with our deepest gratitude that we want to thank and honor Florissant Valley Presbyterian Church with this seed was first sowed, where it has been since been watered with light and love. Pastor Linda, please accept this award for our entire college, especially Florissant Valley campus, and from our campus president, Dr. Elizabeth Perkins. Tonight, we honor Dr. King's legacy, celebrate the incredible passion and talent of our students from our neighborhood partnering school districts, and we honor the relationship we have with our North County community. To help us critically consider the impact of Dr. King's work, we are indebted to Dr. Kimberly Norwood, beginning our program as our keynote speaker and most esteemed guest. Professor Kimberly Norwood joined the Washington University School of Law in 1990. In 1996, she became the first African-American female to come up the ranks and receive tenure at the university's history. As she will explain later, this is not because she was the first to have such credentials. It is because changing minds and great mentors who believed in her, guided her, and sometimes carried her along the way. Her scholarship focuses on colorism, implicit bias, and racial inequities in the K-12 public schools. And she captivated audience nationally and internationally with her teachings. Internationally, she has taught in China, Japan, the Netherlands, and Taiwan. And she has also guided law students through enriching summer externships in non-governmental organizations, NGOs, in Ghana and Kenya. Her book, Color Matters, Skin Tone Bias, and Myth of Post-Racial America, and Ferguson's Fault Lines, The Racequake That Rocked the Nation, both delve deeply into critical themes of biases and racial inequalities, themes central to her research. In addition to her academic contributions, Professor Norwood is a dedicated advocate for diversity and fairness within the legal community, serving on various Missouri Supreme Court commissions and committees with the American Bar Association. Her leadership extends organization's significant conferences, including the 4th anniversary commemoration of the landmark desegregation lawsuit filed by Minnie Liddell in 1972 to bring quality education to Black children in St. Louis public school system, and the first International Colorism Conference in the United States, which attracted scholars from across the globe. As a trailblazing first-generation college graduate, Dr. Norwood attributes her success to the mentors who guided her, and she remains passionately committed to mentoring others. For many years, she supervised and mentored a program of her own creation at the law school, where she paired each incoming Black law student with a practicing lawyer, fostering a supportive community dedicated to equality and justice. Dr. Norwood's lifelong mission is to open doors and illuminate pathways for young people, empowering them to become champions of equity and justice in their own right. Without further delay, please join me in giving the most warm welcome to Professor Kimberly Norwood.
Thank you. That was a lot. I'm sorry about that. That was a lot. Okay. Wait 1 second. Gosh, I can't see you. Can you see me? Okay, good evening. Thank you. Oh, let me get my phone. I tend to talk too much, so I want to make sure I stay on track. Okay, here we go. Okay, good evening, and thank you for that warm introduction. Sorry about that again. And I also want to thank the Planning Committee and Ann Wagner in particular for inviting me to speak with you today. It is wonderful to be here with you. And it's on a cold evening, but it's not as cold as it's been, so it's getting better, right? I hope that you were able to celebrate Dr. King's birthday yesterday. His actual birthday was Thursday, so hopefully you started your celebrations earlier. But yesterday is the day that we all come together collectively and celebrate nationally. I want to talk about the day after. It is the day after our national celebration of Dr. King. What now? What is the call to our young people? Now, I have only been given 15 minutes to talk to you, so there's that. But I will quickly plant some ideas in this short time for your consideration, and then we will then move on to the real reason we're here, which is to celebrate some incredible young people. Now, because we are honoring young people tonight who have visions of mentorship and leadership, I thought it appropriate to begin my comments sharing the stories of a couple of teenagers who sort of unwittingly became leaders and mentors in their own right. Hopefully this will work. No. Uh-oh. How about that? Oh. Does everybody know who she is? Think about that. You know her face. And what about her face? Okay. Everybody knows her face. This woman, we should all know, is Rosa Parks. Most students learn about Rosa Parks in school and her bold stand in 1955 when she refused to give up her seat on a public bus in Montgomery, Alabama. She was arrested and became the face of what grew to be the largest and longest boycott in United States history. But this woman here is not known so much. This woman, who is the woman in the first slide that I showed you, also refused to give up her seat, almost a year before Rosa Parks. Her name is Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin was born in 1939. At 15 years old, she boarded a public bus in Montgomery, Alabama, to go home after school. The first half of the bus was reserved for white passengers. Colored people, as we were called at that time, had to sit in the back of the bus. Claudette and another woman with her sat in the first row of that area in the back of the bus that was reserved for colored people. As the bus got crowded and white people entered with no available seats, the bus driver came over to Claudette and the other woman and asked them to get up and give up their seats and go in the back. The woman in the row with Claudette did get up and move. Claudette did not. She later said that she told the bus driver that she just couldn't get up, that history had glued her to her seat. The police were called. She was dragged off the bus, arrested, tried, and convicted in juvenile court for violating segregation laws, obstruction of justice, and assaulting and battering a police officer, although she never moved from her seat. The criminal conviction resulted in threats to her home and family. We see that a lot now. Her being ostracized from school and being labeled a troublemaker. She also, in later years, had to drop out of college and was unable to find a job. Can you imagine what this must have been like for a 15-year-old? I must admit, at 15 years old, I was born and raised in Harlem, and I got into a lot of trouble, but nothing worthy and noble as this. This was brave, and as she said, scary. Later that year, she became one of 4 plaintiffs in a lawsuit filed against the city of Montgomery to declare Montgomery's racially segregated transportation system as unconstitutional. Being a plaintiff in a lawsuit is a big, big, big thing. And she was only 15 at the time. And guess what? She won. In 1956, the Supreme Court of the United States ruled in favor of these 4 people and declared Montgomery's segregation laws unconstitutional. That ruling officially ended the year-long boycott that started with Rosa Parks. Ms. Colvin died last week. She was 86 years old. The second woman I want to lift up today is Linda Blackman Lowry. Mrs. Lowry was born just over a decade after Miss Colvin. She grew up in the 50s and 60s in Selma, Alabama. She was traumatized by the deep racial injustices that marred that city at that time. The story is that by the time she was 14, she had been arrested multiple times for peacefully protesting. After her mother died of childbirth in an all-whites hospital, she vowed to dedicate her life to the civil rights movement. Several months later, on March 7th, 1965, she joined thousands of folks, including Dr. King, in a peaceful voting rights protest in Selma. She was the youngest protester in the crowd. They were marching towards the Edmund Pettus Bridge when Alabama state troopers attacked them. That day, now infamously known as Bloody Sunday, resulted in the brutal beatings by those government officials of those peaceful protesters. 15-year-old Linda was severely beaten. She required multiple stitches and almost lost an eye. Despite this, the pledge she made at 14 remained her life's goal. She often said that she lived to inspire young people to get involved in the civil rights movement. She often spoke to young people, and she was a mentor for many. She recently died on Christmas Eve in 2025. She was 75 years old. You should know these women, right? They were amazing icons. Learn about their journey and their lives from the many books that have been published about them. I started my remarks with the stories of these two women because they were the ages of many of you in the audience today, here tonight, who they found themselves embroiled in a quest for justice. They used their voices and their bodies, right, to contribute to the road to freedom. Their actions provide the perfect foundation for the messages that I want to leave with you today. You are young. Some of you are very young. I get that. But I think that the sacrifices made by these two women remind us that young people can and do make a difference. I am not advocating that our young folks go out and get arrested, but I am asking you to think about what you can do now to add your fingerprints and maybe your footprints to the quest for equality. You can absolutely make your mark. The question is, how do you want to show up? What can you do to make or even begin to make a difference? And as you sit here today, you may not know, right, what that will look like. Ms. Colvin says she did not board that bus today with any intention other than to get home. But when the bus driver ordered her out of her seat, she said she knew the time had come. Dr. King once said that there comes a time when you have to take a position, and that position may not be safe, politic, or popular, but you take it because your conscience tells you that it is the right thing to do. That is what Claudette Colvin experienced on the bus that day in 1955. Today, we find ourselves in a very difficult and challenging situation. Some of our challenges, include racism, xenophobia, gender bias, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, attacks on public education and healthcare, and many, many, many more. With these challenges, we as a nation are becoming increasingly more separated, more segregated, and more divided. Have you ever heard that phrase, what would Jesus do right now? Well, I'm not going to ask that question, although you should think about it. But I do want to know, what would Dr. King do right now? Given where we are today and what you know about what Dr. King stood for, what do you think he would do? Well, let me move this to the side. During a speech in, I didn't write the name of the speech, but during a speech in 1965, Dr. King said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter." So one thing we know for sure is that Dr. King would not be silent today. We know that he would use his voice to protest injustice. We know that he would lead others by mentorship and leadership into nonviolent movements towards justice. He would not do nothing. So what about you? Being on the streets protesting is not the only way that you can contribute. Your service on this journey to the road to freedom can come in many different forms. A good stew requires multiple ingredients. Cars need multiple parts to function. And despite what manufacturers may tell you, one size does not fit all. Dr. King once said, "If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way." You do not have to do all the things or the big, great thing, right? You do not have to be the smartest, the brightest, the best, the baddest. Do what you can do from where you are. And no matter how small, do your small thing in a great way. Imagine if we get hundreds of thousands of small things done in great ways. Imagine the collective impact on our society. So think about what you would do or would like to do. I have a few suggestions just to start the ball rolling. Stay in school, get good grades, learn your history, which is another way of saying learn American history. This is crucial. We need educated people fighting for justice. Also, help others. Maybe you have a younger person in your life who you can read to. Get some age-appropriate books and start helping your younger family members learn about the history, learn about civil rights, learn about social justice. This act alone is so important today, with curriculums being narrowed, rewritten, whitewashed, and books being banned in schools and libraries because one parent can't handle the truth. Helping yourself and your younger family members becomes more important now than ever before. It is a not so small thing you can do in a great way. To my older children here, my teens in particular, be aware of your surroundings. Engage, be involved, care. When the time comes to register to vote, do that. And then show up and vote. Voting matters. This nation will be yours one day. What happens now will matter. This is not the time to run away or to sit on the sidelines. Rather, this is your time to shine. We are talking about your future. Self-educate, ask questions, help others, and no matter what anyone tells you, stay woke. The truth is that some laws are just unjust. African descendant people were enslaved and treated as property legally in this country for hundreds of years. That was an unjust law. Black people and women could not vote in this country for hundreds of years, and that was an unjust law. People were discriminated against and segregated under Jim Crow for decades. That was an unjust law. I teach in a law school, and I tell my students all the time that laws are not meant to be blindly followed. If they were, I wouldn't be standing in front of them in the classroom. Young people like Claudette Colvin and Linda Blackman Lowry knew that at 15 years old, and they responded accordingly. You are now the youngest people of the time who will inherit this nation. Take the baton that these two queens have metaphorically handed to you, passed to you. Continue the quest for justice for all. Create that world you want to live in. Start to become that leader now from where you stand. Thank you.
Should I hear that Harlem accent? I'm from the other coast, and part of the reason why I keep saying Fluorescent Valley. I've been here 2 years, so please excuse me for that. But I also want to take a quick second to thank Dr. Norwood. I think that we touched on the bio and the length of the bio, but realistically, you deserve all of that. Those two women that you just schooled us on, they inspired you and hopefully inspired us all. But today, you might have inspired someone here today. And so thank you so much, Dr. Norwood, for giving us your light. Next, I want to introduce Peace Awudeyi, a current STLCC student and previous winner of the NCCU Speechwriting Award. Peace, we are so proud of you. Please come introduce your winners for 2026. Please give her a hand.
Good evening. It is an honor to be here tonight. Thank you, Dr. Norwood, and congratulations to all of our winners. First to speak, we have Marquita Moses from Lee Master Elementary.
Dr. King's dream was awesome. He wanted to eradicate racism. I want to keep his dream alive. We all have to work together to bring a change in the world. What does that change look like to me? All races getting along to create a healthy world. I also want to be a light in the world. How can I do that? The same way Dr. King did. I can attend protests that brings a change in the world. I can help fight for the rights of other students. I can remind my friends to make good choices and to treat everyone with fairness. Dr. King showed the world that change is possible when people stand up for peacefully for what is right. Dr. King taught about standing up for what is right, and that change comes through love, not hate. Together we can all create a world where everyone feels welcome. Lastly, we can keep Dr. King's dream alive by believing that we can make a difference. Dr. King once said, "Only light can drive out darkness." When we choose kindness, courage, and love, we shine that light. Dr. King's dream then continues to live through us. Every smile, every helping hand, and every kind word has built the world he imagined. By leading with light and love, we can make our school, our neighborhood, and our world a better place.
Thank you so much, Marquita. Your speech was beautiful. Next, we have Cayenne White, also from Lee Masters Elementary.
Martin Luther King had a dream. I will help keep his dream alive by staying out of trouble and setting an example for my peers. I have to focus on my education in order to keep a commitment to Dr. King's dream. His dream resonates with me daily. I wake up each morning determined to set an example for my community and family. I have a goal. The goal is to lead others to make a difference in the world. I can help make a difference by working with the tornado damage. Also volunteer to work with the homeless community. Dr. King had a goal. His goal was making a difference in the lives of the less fortunate. I would like to make the same commitment. I also believe leading by example is important. I lead by example by standing up to bullies in the classroom, attending school daily, and respecting my teachers. I am committed to Dr. King's dream as an African American female in a world that at times can be mean and racist. I would like to thank each and everyone for coming out to celebrate the Dr. Martin Luther King speech.
Thank you, Cayenne. That was really wonderful. We will now hear from Kennedy James from Riverview Gardens Middle School. Central Middle School.
When we mentor others with light and love, we become the kind of leaders who inspire growth, bring hope, and help carry forward the dream of others. Being a role model means encouraging people, staying positive in tough situations, and showing compassion just like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. did. My message is to uplift others, always be kind, because everyone has a voice and deserves to be heard. One important way to mentor the dream is to live up to what you say. Guiding others with kindness and hope helps them see their own potential and creates a community where everyone can rise together. When we support others, we help them believe in themselves, which makes our whole community stronger. I experienced this when I helped a younger classmate who struggled with reading. I practiced with her every day and encouraged her to not give up. Over time, she became more confident and started improving. This connects to the theme because I was mentoring with light and love by supporting someone and helping her grow through patience and kindness. Another time, my friend felt overwhelmed with schoolwork. I sat with her, helped her get organized, and reminded her that she was not alone. By encouraging her and offering support, I helped her feel confident again. This shows that true leadership means uplifting others with compassion and understanding. I also noticed a new student sitting alone at lunch. I invited her to sit with me and introduced her to my friends so she would feel welcomed. That small act helped them feel more included and more confident. This connects to the theme because I was leading with light and love by helping someone feel accepted and supported. Leading with light and love allows us to make a positive difference in others' lives. Even small acts of kindness and guidance can help someone feel accepted and supported. When people feel supported and heard, they grow with confidence and our community becomes stronger. My message to others is simple. Be kind, support one another, and help people feel heard. By mentoring with light and love, we can help others grow and succeed while making the world a better place. I'm done.
Thank you so much, Kennedy. That was beautiful. We are pleased to hear next from Morgan Jones from Hazelwood West High School.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once wrote, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hatred cannot drive out hatred. Only love can do that." So why is it that nowadays our communities are so divided and hatred and division run so rampant? Have we as people lost our compassion? Have we lost our love? No, we've simply just forgotten. We've forgotten how to lead with love and not hatred. We've forgotten how to let light guide us instead of the abyssal night that is anger and hopelessness. So tonight, allow me to remind you all of a star that guided even in the darkest of nights, Dr. King. Dr. King was a leader of the civil rights movement. Preaching the importance of peace and equality, he was an advocate for equal justice. But I'm certain we all know that. What I'm here to remind you of tonight aren't the accomplishments of Dr. King, but what he represented. Dr. King always led with peace, even in situations where, honestly speaking, he should have been absolutely livid. But here's the thing, he was angry, just as angry and tired as everyone else, of fighting for something that should have been his when he was born. But he knew better than to let that anger be his guiding compass. He knew better than to let hatred lead him, and he let love guide him. So why can't we do the same? We can, and it starts from the heart. It starts with acceptance. It starts with compassion. It starts with me. It starts with you, and it starts with us. It starts with an open heart and an open mind. It starts with spreading positivity in negative spaces. It starts with helping out in our communities and coming together when division threatens to tear us apart. During his I Have a Dream speech, Dr. King said, "Out of a mountain of despair, a stone of hope," meaning that even in the face of great adversity, there is still hope. When I walk to school in the mornings, I'm angry. It's cold. My legs hurt. I'm tired. I think, why didn't my parents just take me to school? But when I see the sun starting to rise and the sky becoming a canvas of oranges and pinks and yellows, it helps me to understand that there is no darkness that lasts forever, and that even the darkest of nights have a dawn. A mentor, a person of hope, a guiding star is what each of us could be if we led with love. We could be the dawn that breaks the darkest nights. We could be the light at the end of the tunnel, and we could heal the world little by little, one life at a time. Just think about how much better the world would be if we could all look around and see the changes that leading with light and love could bring to our communities. Thank you.
Wow, what a touching speech, Morgan. Thank you so very much. Our final speaker of tonight is Dayton Larkins from Hazelwood West High School.
When Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of a dream, he was not offering a finish line. He was offering a responsibility that all of us should follow. A dream only lives if it is taught, practiced, and passed on. That is what mentoring is. The quiet daily work of carrying light forward when the world feels heavy and choosing love even when indifference can be easier. Mentoring the dream means leading before we are asked to, and loving before we are comfortable with it. It means understanding that leadership or micro or power, it is about influence. Every single one of us mentors somehow. Sometimes we intend to, or sometimes we don't. For those with siblings, they watch us how we react to the world around us. Friends see what we do and what we stand up for. Children, students, and neighbors learn what matters by what we do when no one is applauding. As Dr. King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Light, in this sense, is truth lived out. Love is not passive kindness. It is an active courage. To lead with light and love is to interrupt a cruel joke, to listen without rushing to judge, to refuse to let fear decide who deserves dignity. Mentoring the dream also means refusing to give up on people. Dr. King wrote that everybody can be great because everybody can serve. Mentorship reminds us that greatness is not reserved for the loud or the powerful. I find it when I go to tutoring, where those surrounding me and I myself are seen as struggling students, but are treated with respect anyways. I find it when I check in on a lonely neighbor. I find it when I show patience to someone who has been taught to expect rejection. Service becomes a lesson others can follow. Faith communities understand this deeply. In most religious traditions, light is a symbol of hope, and love is a command, not a suggestion. To love your neighbor is like taking responsibility for their well-being. To be a light is to guide, not to blind, to walk alongside, not above. That kind of leadership heals racial harm. That kind of leadership heals racial harm because it replaces suspicion with relationship and silence with solidarity. So how can we keep the dream alive? We mentor it. We speak hope out loud. We model justice in small, faithful actions. We teach the next generation that their worth is not negotiable and that their voices matter. And we invite one another to do the same. The dream does not need more spectators. It needs mentors, people willing to lead with light, to choose love, and to believe that when we lift one another, we move closer to the world Dr. King imagined and the world we are still called to build together.
Let's do one more round of applause for those wonderful speakers. Starting with Peace, who is a former winner. Thank you so much for coming back tonight, Peace. It's wonderful to hear you again. Kennedy, Morgan, Dayton, Cayenne, Marquita, your voices are so powerful, and thank you for sharing them with us tonight. What you might not know is that there are a lot of people in this room who would never get up on this stage. So thank you for teaching us tonight, for helping inspire us to do what we can in our spaces, like Dr. Norwood said, and for showing us what that looks like tonight. I know the families must be so proud, so thank you to you and all of the villages surrounding these children. Thank you. My name is Annie Wagoner, and I should not be up here tonight. I am the chair of the planning committee, but Dr. Elizabeth Perkins, our president of this campus, should be here tonight. Unfortunately, she is sick, and she cannot join us, and I know she is so sad not to be here, and we miss her very much, as she's a very important part of this program. So I have a feeling she's watching online. Dr. Perkins, we miss you, and we know that you would be here if you could. Earlier in the program, we heard of Dr. Rance Thomas, who was responsible for starting this partnership, and NCCU, and you probably keep hearing those letters. These students won a contest with NCCU, and that's North County Churches United for Racial Justice and Harmony. We have many people from Florissant Valley Presbyterian Church, where this started, and that serves on the board, and we are so delighted you are here. But more than that, we are delighted that you have mentored these students, and each year you create a contest that beckons students to think about Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy and to bring them here to have that ripple effect. So thank you to NCCU and the people that are those letters. Dr. Rance Thomas was not only responsible for beginning the partnership that led to this event, now 25 years in the making, but he was also a highly esteemed member of the community, working tirelessly to make our local areas and systems better for all. He worked specifically toward the calling of Dr. King, facilitating unity, racial justice, and harmony here in St. Louis and beyond. We miss him dearly, those of us that knew him personally, not just as a leader, not just as a partner, but as our friend. And I'll just make a little note here, a sociologist. And certainly as a mentor who led with both light and love. Dr. Perkins wrote of him, "He taught me so many things simply through the way he walked through life with a heart ready for service and filled with love." She says she is personally honored that we get to share his legacy each year for her dear friend who left behind with our audience such light and love, and we get to do that through awarding a community recipient each year for our partnership award that's named in Dr. Rance's honor. It is because of Dr. Thomas's legacy that we annually present the Dr. Rance Thomas Excellence in Community Partnership Award. You want me to say that again? Yeah. the Dr. Vance Thomas Excellence in Community Partnership Award. It is the highest honor provided by our Florissant Valley campus to an external partner. The award itself is meant to symbolize the ways in which our college and tonight's recipient work together by connecting two distinct pieces into one beautiful sculpture, and you can see that beautiful award up here. This is our 9th year of presenting the award. Other previous recipients include Navigate Building Solutions, St. Louis County Justice Services, the Ferguson-Florissant School District, the Rittner School District, the Normandy Schools Collaborative, Christian Hospital, and Emerson Electric, all being just as deserving as Dr. Thomas. Fortunately for us, it was just as easy to select this year's 2026 recipient, the Hazelwood School District. Here to, go ahead. Here to tell us a little bit more about Hazelwood's incredible commitment to partnering with St. Louis Community College, the Florissant Valley campus, and North County community is our own Dr. Jeff Pittman, the Chancellor of St. Louis Community College.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Annie, and thank each of you for being here, taking the time out of your busy lives to join us for this event tonight. And Annie, could you and the rest of the planning committee please stand up, and could we give them a round of applause for the great work that they've done for this event? I also want to thank Dr. Norwood for just a terrific keynote speech, and thankful for what she does for our community. And, you know, the young people that were here, weren't they inspiring? I just love to hear them. In our church at this time, we're starting a Pray For Me campaign. And this campaign is set up for us older folks in the church to select a student, either in K through 12 or in college, just to pray for them to get through and finish and complete their education. So that's easy for us. We still have a kid in college in our family, so we know who to pick for that. But I would just ask, please pray for these children and these young people that were here tonight. Pray for their families. Pray that they overcome all the trials of this world that comes to them. These are our future leaders, folks. We want them to stay here, right? We want them to stay in St. Louis and North County. So we're just so excited to have them here and hear their testimony. Well, my real job here is to tell you why we selected Hazelwood for this honor that we're here for this evening. And I'll just go through some of these bullet points that were prepared for me kindly by Dr. Perkins. Hazelwood School District was selected because of their incredible growth in partnership, particularly in the last 2 years with St. Louis Community College. The district has expanded their dual credit, dual enrollment partnerships to include Hazelwood Central's Friday Academy. The district has grown the Hazelwood East Early College program and comprises 46% of the Ameren STEM Academy enrollment here at this campus. The district reached out to STLCC to ask us to be a major partner for their Southeast Middle School Mindset Mondays. The district has increased their dual credit participation across all of your high school locations. East High's counselor and early college liaison, MJ Smith Butler, has become a fixture on our campus, providing guidance to all the students in our early college space. So it's great to have a Hazelwood staff member here and guiding these young people. STLCC has been invited every year to participate in the CTE program's advising meeting, allowing us to develop stronger partnerships with these programs at Hazelwood. Hazelwood graduates consistently choose STLCC as their final destination after high school, yay, indicating a strong partnership. Hazelwood Superintendent Dr. Collins Hart has been determined to grow opportunities for her students to earn college credentials and credits before high school graduation. She has challenged traditional methods to create new and creative opportunities for her students, has worked with her board to receive funding approval, and encouraged her staff to always think of other partnerships to support student progress and success. Certainly she would have been here this evening, but she had this darn thing called a board meeting and couldn't make it. But we appreciate all that Dr. Collins Hart has done. They have gone above and beyond in their commitment to this campus, the college, and the community. Please join me in congratulating Hazelwood School District, recipient of the 2026 Dr. Rance Thomas Excellence in Community Partnership Award. Let's give them a round of applause first. And next will Dr. Matt McLennan, Instructional Coordinator for Career and Technical Education, please join us to accept this award on behalf of the Hazelwood District. Matt.
Full disclosure, my words are not going to be as powerful as the ones we've already heard tonight. So, good evening, and thank you, Dr. Pittman, for the introduction. As you all know, college tuition is not getting any cheaper. Neither is the cost of living or groceries or just simply going to the movies. It's Hazelwood School District's mission to provide our students with valuable opportunities, post-secondary education opportunities and experiences, and valuable real-world training that they can take with them whenever they graduate from high school. Having a partner like St. Louis Community College has given Hazelwood students exposure to many things that they may not have experienced just by simply sitting in a classroom. Together, we are working towards putting things such as credentials, work hours, and career pathway training in their hands and on their resumes. St. Louis Community College has done a fabulous job recently of upgrading facilities and campuses to make their students and future students more relevant and competitive in the workforce. Hazelwood School District intends to continue and expand any kind of relationship with St. Louis Community College to make sure our students are ready for their campuses. My role as Hazelwood's Career and Technical Education Coordinator has provided me the opportunity to work with amazing partners such as Dr. Pittman and his team here at the college. In my opinion, career and technical education encompasses any career that the mind can imagine. Staying in touch with federal and state policies, socioeconomic and industry trends, and educational trends allows us to work together towards one common goal. The work of Dr. Rance Thomas set the stage for partnerships such as ours. Working together to build better communities that we work and live in is a nonstop endeavor. Creativity and thinking outside the box are crucial and necessary in today's ever-changing society. By modeling our work after Dr. Thomas's mission, we will be able to meet that goal. On behalf of Dr. Nettie Collins Hart, our superintendent, and the rest of the Hazelwood School District, I'd like to thank St. Louis Community College, not only for this award, but for the continued partnership and work they've done to help the students of our community and our region. Thank you.
What a wonderful evening we have witnessed today. To end our celebration, we are going to have one of our very own alum of our Child and Family Development Program and a talent vocalist, Miss Jennifer Goins. Make sure I say that right. Jennifer Goins Warren. Are you here? There you are. All right, and she is going to be singing Lift Every Voice and Sing. Please put your hands together for her.
Great evening, everyone. It is such a privilege and an honor to be here tonight. I'm so grateful. You can sing with me tonight. I think if you don't know all of it, you know some of it. We're just going to sing the first portion. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let rejoicing, rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling seas. Sing a song full of the... Come on, you guys got it. Oh, sing a song full of the brought us. Let us, excuse me, come on, help me. Yes. Begun, let us march on to victory is won. And I believe, like Dr. Martin Luther King, I put my own twist. Yes, you can count on me. Yes, you can count on me. Yes, say it to your neighbor. You can count on me. Yes, you can count on. One more time, say yes. Yes, let's fill the room tonight. You can count on me. Yes, you can count on me. And that's how we win.
Okay, yeah. This was... All right, we have our very own Dr. Pittman that will help us present the Dr. Rance Thomas Excellence Community Partnership Award. If we could please have Dr. Matt McClellan come back up. Please give him a hand. Thank you very much, Jennifer, for sharing your gift with us tonight and having us leave on such a good term. Please give her a hand. And if we could have our NCCU board members please stand. Please give them a hand. Our student volunteers, if you could please stand. Thank you so much. Friends, we hope to see you at our future theater and music performances, art gallery shows, and all of our wonderful events that we have here at STLCC that are open and free for the public. For a full list, please visit stlcc.edu. Thank you again for joining us to celebrate our 2026 Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. Thank you for your mentorship of his dream, for your leadership and service in our communities, and for the light and love that you all each share in our community and continuing Dr. King's legacy. Thank you very much.